they always also play Medusa or PL. Their hard carry, he plays like 90% of the matches this strategy. I want to see if they're gonna stick to it, even it wasn't successful, or if they have something new.
Absolutely. As we are already here in the draft, Shadow Demon position first pick here, not position one. A position one Shadow Demon would be very fun, in my opinion, but most likely not gonna happen. The tier is just so strong right now. I'm a little bit surprised to see the Enchantress ban there from Dreamers Esports. And the side of G Pride. Ooh, Ember Spirit with Keeper of the Light. What do you make of this opener?
So the Ancient ban, I guess they're kind of forcing the Beastmaster ban. So the enemy team, let's say, waste a ban on a hero that you might don't want to play this time. Because very clear when you ban Ankh that you want to play Beastmaster. They go with Shadow Demon. The hero can be position 4, position 5. It's a great opening. And they go with Tiny, which can be like mid lane, can be position 4, and can be a hard carry. Especially in South America, it's usually mid, and Dreamers, they play the hero on the mid lane. It's very, very common that they do that. G Pride, on the other hand, they have Kotto, can be 5 or 4. Ember Spirit, so great this combo. Like, no matter which lane Ember is facing, he's gonna have a great game. He's gonna have stacks. He's gonna have like this perma mana pool and like perma cooldown restorance by the Kotto, so it's extremely good.
Yeah, very much gotta watch out what the Ember Spirit is gonna get out of the laning stage and how he might just decimate a hero like Shadow Demon. Like this Sleight of Fist now is so good, not only at taking out heroes, but also at farming now that it doesn't deal half damage to creep anymore. I can't believe they just did that. Like, let's take that away. Yeah, that seems good. That seems good here with Ember.
Yeah, and basically Chakra Magic, it resets the cooldown by 6 seconds, and the spell has 6 seconds cooldown. So you just come out of it and then you do it again. So it's extremely broken, this combo.
It is a very, very strong combo. If you ever need, like with a friend, you duo queuing, one of you play Coddle, one of you plays Ember, you're both gonna have a great time as enemies just are gonna fall. Now, G Pride, they're taking out a lot of the healing heroes here. They're taking out the Undying, they're taking out the Abaddon.
Yeah, those are also the position 5s that are great, like enablers for range heroes. Basically, the Dusa that Dreamers loves to play. So they're basically taking Dreamers out of their comfort zone by removing those, let's say, strong laners. Abaddon is not such a strong laner, Undying for sure is, but they know Dreamer's playstyle. They love to have this position 5 melee hero, but I think it's kind of a bad approach, because you can ban like Ogre now, and they still have the Dawnbreaker, or you ban the Dawnbreaker, they still have Ogre. So you're kind of like using 3 bans or 2 bans, and they're still gonna get something very similar.
Now G Pride, the last ban is actually going to be a Timbersaw. That's a pretty interesting ban. I think, like, are they just worried about like the early game prowess that a Timbersaw can pose?
I feel like Timber is amazing against Kotto, because either you're 5 or you're 4, but if you're 4, still you wanna TP to the safe lane and you wanna delay the push as long as possible. And Timber, he can find you in the trees, so he's gonna take your tower really early. And then he removes a bit of this potential that the Kotto offers. I guess that's the biggest thing with the hero here.
That makes a lot of sense. And the Clockwork, I love seeing Clockwork being played as well as playing it myself. It's just great initiation here. Can try to find the backline of the Shadow Demon, force a defensive disruption himself, or maybe force some the other support to be already on the back foot there. And together with like the Ember and Clockwork and Keeper, they have great poke already here on the side of G Pride.
Yeah, and also the Clockwork with the cogs amazing against Tiny, because Tiny doesn't have good attack speed. So it's a way to keep him stuck in the team fight, to remove a lot of his potential, and it's not something that like SD can dispel with Shard. Because it's not like a debuff directly, it's just like he's trapped, and he would like the attack speed to get out of it. So pretty interesting choice. And as you mentioned, like when you're playing against SD, you're really looking like to kill SD to start the team fight. and Clockwork provides enough vision for that.
So now they're gonna go for a Mirana and a Dragon Knight. So that's most likely gonna be the offlane, like just Dragon Tail stun into arrow. It's pretty easy to hit. You see where he's stunned? You hit the arrow there. Now that's I like that they have now a lot more initiation, a lot more like stuns. I'm still a little bit worried here, especially about these backline heroes. Shadow Demon and SD are not really tanky against like that poke that I mentioned earlier. The Ember Spirit, the Clockwork. They can find both of those heroes relatively easily.
Yeah, but I guess the approach with DK is that you have like an instant stun against the Ember. So you really need that catch. And there's so much poke that not a single hero feels good against them, so it's nice to have a hero with high HP and high armor as Dragon Knight to be your frontliner. Then you have the arrow combo with the DK, very reliable, but Lifestealer, he just like destroys this combo. Also, extremely good hero against the Tiny, but on the other hand, Lifestealer against SD is not a great pick. I don't like it. Like, my team itself, like we had a similar draft to Dreamers. We had Shadow Demon, Tiny, Mirana, and they picked Lifestealer into that, and it was kind of underwhelming because like SD is so great against Lifestealer.
It's so good. It feels so good when you're playing Shadow Demon against a Lifestealer. You're just like nullifying the enemy carry for the duration of your ultimate, and you're just like, haha, what you gonna do now? Is now both teams like Dreamers, they could be looking for a mid. I mean, potentially this could be Tiny position 1 Dragon Knight mid, and they could put another hero into the off lane. Are there any heroes like maybe Slardar to really go against the Lifestealer?
Slardar is good, but I guess it's also a hero that's gonna be super kited by the Clockwork, the Keeper of the Light. And it's a hero that if you don't win your lane, you are kind of useless in the game. It's really hard to come back as a Slardar. I guess like you're going all in something that doesn't make much sense. But like G-Pride, they have the same understanding as me. As I mentioned, the first thing that they carry, he only plays PL and Duza. So it's very unlikely that he's gonna be on Tiny. So they just banned like the 2 heroes that Chirubonsin is famous for playing. So kind of taking Dreamers out of their comfort zone. They have TB, that would be like the 3rd comfort hero, and I really think they will go for the TB.
I mean, it isn't a bad TB game. Actually, they're gonna go for a Faceless Void. I mean, that's more lockdown against the Ember.
Yeah, he's great on the carry to carry matchup against Lifestealer. Beastmaster is banned, Legion is banned, Venom is banned, so like 3 good counters to the hero are banned. It's also amazing against Koro because with the move speed is low that you get on your 2nd skill, it's the best way to catch Keeper of the Light. I'd say like Faceless Void is the hero that has most kill potential on a Keeper of the Light, like as a hard carry. So extremely good, and that kind of forces then they have like Doom as a position 3 here, but would be super greedy, I guess.
Yeah.
They have Slardar themselves, but with a Clockwork, kind of weird. They have Darkseer, but it's bad against Shadow Demon. I don't see many offlaners here for G-Pride.
Yeah. I like the Venomancer ban for Dreamers. Like that could have been a potential hero against the Faceless Void. So now they're gonna go. Oh, they're gonna go for the CK.
Yeah, it's a CK3. It's decent, especially with the Koro 4, because you really lack mana. Like when you're position 3, even as hard carry, you need to buy Soul Ring. And playing with Koro, that you might not buy the item, unless like he's playing all the time with Ember, then you still need it. It's a pretty decent lockdown against the Faceless Void. You have a really good stun. You have lifesteal in the lane. And besides the Tiny, Dreamers cannot really deal with illusions, so seems like a great pick. I guess it's the best option they had on the offlane by far. Now that I see the pick, it makes a lot of sense.
And overall, do you feel like G Pride comes out ahead in this draft, or how are we feeling here at the end as we see both teams fully assembled?
I still think it's a kind of free Faceless Void game. Like the thing is, the carry to carry matchup is just so great for him. It's so great. So if Chiburon Singh can play really well on this Faceless Void, he should win. But the thing is, like, G Pride, they're by far the favorites. So it's like, I guess it's the worst team with the best draft, which still makes me go somehow for G Pride, because G Pride, they have shown some better Dota, and like Dreamer's carry, he's not really the Faceless Void player. If he was like on a, let's say on a good Duza matchup or in a good PL matchup, I would definitely go with them. But it's a good carry matchup, but your carry is not on his comfort zone, so that's not so great for them.
Okay, so we'll have to find out how it's gonna go as we are here in game number 1 of this best of 3 of Dreamers Esports on the Radiant side versus G Pride on the Dire. We're starting with a little pause here.
Yeah, that's SA Dota in a nutshell.
Very much so. When will Valve add the you cannot pause for the first 3 minutes into captain's mode in lobbies as well?
That would kill South American Dota.
It would just like kill everything. Like every match would like just be delayed by 20 minutes because you want to make sure that all of your plays are truly ready.
Yeah.
As we do have now here the go, and we're starting off a little smoke action from G Pride. As we'll be looking, where are they gonna go with this? Meanwhile, also the smoke from the Radiant, they're gonna go bottom. Are we gonna see an engagement here, Bruin?
I think G Pride's going top and Dreamer's going bottom, so far not really. But they still might meet on the mid lane, because they're gonna realize no one's standing there and try some move. Let's see.
Who do you think has a stronger level 1? I feel like both teams are very strong at level 1.
I think G Pride, because Tiny level 1 as mid laner, like with the tree grab, you don't do much. And like Shadow Demon, his poison is super strong, but you wanna open with Disruption, otherwise you're just giving so much stick charges to the enemy offlaner. And Faceless Void has a lot of cooldown on Time Walk. So basically they would be looking like for a Dragon Tail arrow combo, but I don't think they have the follow-up damage. On the other hand, G Pride, I guess with the CK stun, they could burst some hero.
Yeah. Let's see here. Draken now looking for the rune. Edomi and Genic though are in the area and are gonna secure this. 2-for-2 bounty rune. Nothing happening around that. Now, looking at these lanes here, how is that CK versus Faceless Void matchup gonna go? How you feel about this for Tiburos? And as you said, there's a lot of pressure on him on this Faceless Void to perform.
I guess it's good for the CK. It depends a lot like how Koro plays the lane, because if Koro gets posed, the Faceless Void can get a lot of kills on the Koro and get huge by that. So, but CK should be free farming here.
Oh, and the first range creep is gonna get denied here by Lewis on the CK. Nicely done there. And Chimikov, you need to be a little bit careful. That CK, he hits hard. 74 base damage. As, oh, and the stun here going... He doesn't have Time Walk anymore. He's taking a ton of harass here. Might not be forcing a salve.
CK is just so strong.
So strong at the early levels. Like, the stun is so value. And now there's going to be another Illuminate coming through. Uh-oh, that range creep. It's going to get denied, though. But now it's going to be forcing under the tower. Meanwhile, in the mid matchup, we're going to see the Ember Spirit versus Tiny. How you feel about that going 1v1?
Tiny should free farm and deny some creeps from Denver. The hero is just super strong. He denied 6 creeps. I'm not so sure he should have denied all of those. Or
Denied
if the,
6 creeps!
yeah.
Isn't it like 6 out of 8 or so? Oh no, this Ember is sad. He's a sad, sad boy.
And he has the
And
toss
he's gonna
into the
get
tower.
tossed under tower. Sleight of fist to dodge. Oh, sleight of fist to dodge the tower shot and then de-aggroed. Very nicely done there.
Yeah, bottom lane, Chiburon Singh, he went for the time lock, which I really disagree. So I guess he's gonna lose hard his lane. The thing is, if you're playing against Koro as a Faceless Void, you must have time dilation. So you jump at him and it's a free kill. Like, you get time dilation on Koro, he's dead. The hero, like,
Uh-oh,
on
up
top,
top
Yadomi?
though, Yadomi is gonna get stunned, and that's gonna be the first blood going the way of Blake there. So Dreamers at least get that going for them, and looking at just the last hits here, I mean, it is still a DK versus a Lifestealer. Lifestealer should be very fine, but that kill, certainly nice for Radiant.
yeah.
As at the
On
same
the other
time
hand-
in the mid lane, Tao,
Ooh.
Migi, he just styles on the Ember.
Okay. I don't think that was supposed to happen. I guess that kind of outplay.
Ooh.
Like, you can just stay away as Ember, getting right clicks with our W, and I think he's just like exposing too much with the Flame Guard.
Yeah.
But I think it's like on the bot lane, I also think Luis' build is weird. Like, he's really missing the stick against Shadow Demon, and he's going for the second bracer and no stick. It just looks weird. Like yeah.
It's just so incredibly value against the Shadow Demon, like in the entire game it feels like. And there's also like other heroes that will be spanning the spells, of course. It's now they're gonna go with the time dilation, they're gonna go under the cuddle. That's exactly what you were talking about. One time dilation and this cuddle is pretty much dead. They're looking to turn this at least around onto the Shadow Demon. Chimikov is going to die. But I think that's still better for the Faceless Void, right?
Yeah. Like, he wants kills out of this lane because he can do that, and he's gonna like farm his items faster. He's gonna be able to jungle faster. He's gonna be able to have a Mask of Madness and have a lot of kill potential with the Chrono. So those kills are really important. And like now he can go again for the Koro. That would keep like the CK alone, and then he gets advantage on the lane. That's what he should be looking for again.
Meanwhile, Blake is still looking here for a little rotation in the mid lane. Onto Tau. Can they lane up an arrow? There's going to be the arrow coming through. It hits onto the Ember. There's going to be a TP coming in from Yadomi, but that's going to be too late. The toss, and Tau is going to die a second time. Migi, level 6 before 5 minutes. He's going to have a great time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a super early Blink Dagger. I'd say he might even skip the phase boots. That would make some sense. So he can be very active in the map. On the other hand, the Ember Spirit, and he doesn't even have stacks, which is weird. When you have Koro, you really expect to have stacks.
And it also, if you just look at the last, it's like it's looking so good right now for Dreamers. I feel like they're getting a little bit I feel like they're getting away with a lot during this laning stage, especially this Tiny, who's looking again. The toss into the arrow. Blake just camping mid.
Oh my god. Tau must be very tilted by now.
I mean, I'd be very tilted.
Yeah, he has less net worth than the Koro, which just killed the SD.
At least they got that going for them, but they're gonna lose a courier here, and it is just looking so good with the start here for this Tiny. And your mate's tower already down to half health. The siege creep is still alive, but thanks to that glyph, and Blake even taking one tower shot for it. But now it's going to die.
Yeah, considering Migi got the Invis rune, I think he should have just stayed and tanked the tower hits and taken down the mid tower, because then the triangle is not protected anymore, and then Ember cannot even go back into the game by farming jungle. So I guess it would make a lot of sense, but he goes top with the Invis.
He's going top. That's going to be the rage from now, and now Miki is going to walk in here, but the infest into the creep. He's going to get out of that. That's going to be the Dragon Tail into the arrow. Do they have the damage to bring him down? The toss will not be enough. And now will survive on a sliver of HP. Also going to be salved up now. Draken and Miki, though, a little bit too tanky. That's a hard kill to get, the lifestealer. But if they could have gotten it, that would have been fantastic for them. But now, Yadomi, you were not supposed to stay there. Although, looking to turn this around onto Miki here. Miki taking a lot of damage. Yadomi is going to die first. Blake getting low. And puts down his flag. That's gonna show where he potentially dies. Not dying yet. He still has leap, hides behind the tree, and is gonna TP on out.
But I really dislike the movie from Migi. It's super greedy to try a kill. Oh, bottom lane, they might go for the CK.
Bottom lane, the disruption coming out. That's going to be the Dispel with the Phantasm. And Tiburonson realizes he has to back off. It's going to be pulled in, though, thanks to the Rocket Flare of Yadomi and Tiburonson. He's down to 20% HP. Needs to be very careful. Another Reality Rift. That's going to be the walk in, but doesn't get much health back from it. There's going to be the Chronosphere now. Do they have the damage to finish off the CK? The Soul Catcher doing a ton, and Miki throws in the tree. They get the CK. But Janek, oh, is it going to be enough damage? Can the horses reach him? No.
Yeah, but like my feeling is that Migi, he should keep stomping the mid lane. Now Ember has a game.
Yeah.
Like Ember was 4 and he tried some weird rotations. Tiburonson, he might be solo killed by Yadomi.
Uh-oh, Yadomi is gonna find him here and is gonna find the kill. That is fantastic for this Clockwork.
Yeah, so the trades on the silence are not making sense for Dreamer's side. They should like... I'll not say some basics, but like tier 1 teams, they definitely do that, which is like you play with your strongest hero. So they should be playing the mid lane. Like Tiny is so strong, they keep getting kills there, they don't allow the Ember to have a game at all.
Yadomi is gonna get caught out here. Are you gonna have enough damage? Blake jumped forward. Miki might still be hunting for this Clockwork and is going to be directly walking into him. An avalanche and a little tip there. Is gonna find the kill. Janek, though, meanwhile finds the Mirana. Miki gonna get stunned up. Just a little bit of a scramble here in mid. And as you mentioned, yeah, I mean, like, this Ember Spirit is just, like, very much recovered his game. Now 3,000 net worth. That's not too bad as a mid Ember anymore. It was looking real bad earlier. Really, really bad. Also, just having level 6, it's really good for him.
So the Tiny went for some kills, which gave him less net worth than if he was just farming. And it's not like, oh, he killed Clockwork and Clockwork's gonna have a bad game now. Like, killing Ember, it's very meaningful, but killing Clockwork, Yadomi might be like smiling on his computer, like, okay, here come his here again. Yeah, please kill me. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, now, meanwhile, up top, he's just been completely uncontested. It's gonna lose his tower now due to just Dragon Knight being Dragon Knight, and the Dragon Farm is just too much to handle. But he has gotten a lot out of the laning stage. Already has the armlet finished and is now looking for the face boots.
Yeah, and the Faceless Void that was having an okay game or a good game, he was forced to use the Chrono to get the kill on CK, then he died. Now he's jungling without the Madness yet.
Now into the mid lane, here we go. Like, I feel like this mid tower could have been taken by the Radiant much earlier if they played around this Tiny just in mid, as we've been talking about. Like, going to these side lanes might not have worked out that well for Dreamers, but we'll have to saw here as Miki, he's still very strong, finds the old man, brings him up and brings him down. Easy kill.
Yeah, I think it's mostly a misplay from Genek to be there. Then like you're a Koro, like why you just don't sit behind your tower and keep using Chakra on Ember, because it's like it's unplayable actually for Dreamers this lane, because as long as you sit there, he's gonna be using Slide of Fist, and he's gonna have like all the mana pool available because of the Koro. He's gonna have the cooldowns. So you can't stand there, which also makes even worse his first rotation when he had the opportunity to take this tower. Now it might take way too long with the Koto being able to defend it.
Absolutely. And also, like, as we mentioned during the draft, the poke is just, like, so good from the Dire as they're going to go in with the hookshot here onto this Tiny. There's going to be the push at the toss on out, but still, they have more than enough damage to find the kill. A Chronosphere coming out here from Tiburon. Do they have the damage to finish anybody off here? No! And now has arrived his first rotation to get some hit into that Faceless Void, and now Lewis here as well. Chimikov is going to go down. And they're looking for more Dragon. Gets Dragon Tail out. Remnant Fort here by Tau. And there's an Infested Lifestealer in there. And that Dragon Knight. Goodbye, Davion.
Yeah. And here goes all the advantage that Tiny had on Ember. Ember is gonna probably surpass his net worth with this skill. Which doesn't happen. But yeah, they're basically even right now.
And already I feel like, even though like the carry-to-carry matchup from like Faceless Void versus Lifestealer is gonna be very good the later this game goes, like right now, it's no chance for the Faceless Void. Like, it just the right clicks from the Lifestealer are just too much right now.
Yeah, and I think like G-Pride, they make the better decisions. Like Faceless Void, he chrono a Clockwork that had Battery Assault going on, so he couldn't hit inside his chrono. So they're not using so well their timings. And G-Pride, they're just like farming on Lifestealer so far.
Yeah. Now here we're gonna see the combo. That's gonna be a hookshot hitting onto both of them. They're gonna find the kill onto Blake. Can they find Tiburonson though? He is gonna get the time walk away. Shadow Demon not gonna be so lucky, just trying to stall for as long as he can. But that's gonna be another kill here. Double kill for the Clockwork. Yadomi just all over the map, making it happen. That's the little Tin Man.
Yeah, and meanwhile, CK farming bottom, Lifestealer farming mid, and they cannot take this Lifestealer out of the mid lane also now, because he just heals so much by hitting the Tiny. Tiny has 1.7k HP, and he has maxed up his passive, so basically he's gonna, actually level 3 on the passive, he's gonna lifesteal so much.
Isn't Lifestealer now kinda like the new Wraith King of old, where like Wraith King was like just like one button? Lifestealer is now like 2 buttons. I guess Wraith King also only has 2 buttons. Yeah, very much about the passive.
But I guess Lifestealer is way harder to play than that old Wraith King. Because Rage is such an important spell, and the timing that you use it on a team fight can really change how the team fight goes. Also, Infest is really skill based, like you can use to heal a teammate. Meanwhile,
Chimikov, it's gonna go for the disruption here. We're gonna have a Moonlight Shadow, and oh, they don't have any detection yet. And these disruption illusions actually do kind of hurt here. They're still gonna look for a stun here on the CK. Gonna get him with the toss, but Yadomi is gonna set this apart here, and they're gonna find the first kill on the Dragon. The Chronosphere, but he doesn't do anything with it. Oh no. That was... Ooh, that was a tough one. Blake is gonna pay here, and Tiburonson... like, right, I feel like Dreamers, they're just crumbling right now.
Yeah. Like, that's the second Chronosphere that gets countered by Yadomi just by existing, because he already used the spells.
Yeah.
He gets Chrono, but his spells do the work for him, so... A bit of outplay, and maybe Dreamers, they're nervous about the game, I don't know. Because, like, they're good players, definitely. We've seen that on the laning stage. Like, Miji had such amazing laning stage, but macro decisions in the map, super weird. Those early rotations made no sense. And, like, now Tiburonson is being very unlucky, let's say, with his chronos. So, yeah.
That is where you mentioned, like, this Faceless Void. It's not really the comfort hero for him, which I feel like that's kind of what we've seen here. Like in these very, very high skilled games, like you gotta hit those spells. As now they're gonna find the Ember Spirit though, the Dragon Tail, that's gonna be a kill. They find another kill onto top. That's big money here for the Mirana actually, who's gonna have a Spirit Vessel pretty soon. So that's nice. But I'm just looking at the net worth and I see like, I mean, this Coddle nearly has the net worth of the Tiny now.
Yeah, and Tiny was having such a great game, which makes it even more weird to look at that. Genek already has his Vessel, for example.
Oh, they're gonna go here on to the Dragon Knight, and with that Spirit Vessel, it's gonna be a save from the disruption, but he's still gonna be stuck in the cogs, and with Lewis here on the CK, that's gonna be a first kill. Tao, he is back. It's gonna be immediately Avalanche tossed into an arrow, but it's not gonna be enough. It will keep him in place, however. Now still looking for more, but Radiant is gonna run. But once again, they're still holding this mid tower. Like, we are now 17 minutes in, and Dreamers, they're still trying to get this mid tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it's so hard against Quado Ember. Like, if you lose your timing on that, you can't take the tower. Then it's like a life stealer on top of that with 1.7k HP. Actually 2k when he uses more 2.2 with more Gigan. So yeah, it's super hard to kill this tower, to get to it.
Yeah, and now they're just taking away the Radiant's triangle. Like, G-Pride, they're just getting away with pretty much anything on the map right now.
Yeah, the next big team fight should be for Roche. Both teams have good Roche potential. By now, by this 18-minute, 20-minute mark. The thing is, like, are we gonna see a godlike chrono? Or are we gonna see the third chrono that Yadomi counters?
Yeah, we'll find out here. Oh, Migi is gonna find the Coddle here. That's gonna be a first kill here. Tao jumps in here, but he's gonna get Dragon Tail. That's the second kill for Dreamers. Tiburonson thinking about putting the Chronosphere onto the Clockwork then, but this time thinks better of it.
Yeah, I guess he learned the lesson, so he forced the spells.
Yeah,
Yadomi.
now they're gonna go on to Yadomi here. They have to toss. That's the third kill now for Dreamers. Those are the kills how they can come back here. So, and they use Dragon Form, they use Moonlight Shadow, they get the mid tier 1.
It all starts with an extremely bad positioning from Genek. Again, died on the river. I have no clue what he's doing there. Like, hey, I'm Gandalf, I wanna walk in the river.
Yeah.
It makes... He's playing really, really weird positioning as a Kodo. Like, he's having a good Kodo game, he's farming a lot. But especially because you're farming a lot, you should work on your positioning way, way better than this. Like, sitting on the river, knowing that the enemy team has 2 Blink Daggers, you're kind of like inviting them to take your mid tower.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we're gonna have a smoke here from G-Pride here as they're all up again. They don't have Phantasm for 25 seconds, but other than that, they have all their ultimates up. What can they find as they're looking towards top? Jimmy Cough is gonna get found. He gets a disruption out, but he is giga dead. Genek is gonna yoink it. And now looking for Blake here as well. Actually, Draken looking to turn it around with the Dragon Tail. Goes onto Yadomi, and there's the Chronosphere. Hits onto the Ember, but doesn't really have the damage to finish him off. Draken is going to be Spirit Vesseled up, is going to go down, and Lewis going to find the Faceless Void. This time, they kill the Clockwork in the Chronosphere, but Faceless Void immediately died afterwards.
Yeah, it's a position 5 kill on Chronosphere. That's not what you should be looking for, but that's the most you can get out of it.
And it really feels like right now there's so little damage into the Chronosphere.
Yeah, he really needs the level 20, so he can get the talent. Like, either talent is gonna give him kill potential. Of course, the right one gives you so much kill potential during Chrono, but he really needs those levels at kills.
Yeah. He is keeping up in terms of levels. Like, he is level 15, highest in the game, together with the Lifestealer. And even though these fights as of late haven't really gone too well for Dreams, apart from the one where they caught the Coddle. Oh, there was a Mirana there. And Ember looking for more, but blink away for Migi.
Yeah, but the thing is, those are the Kodo games that you look at the cores and you think, oh no, they're fine, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
uh, Void is just 1k behind Lifestealer, uh, DK is 2k behind CK, and Tiny is pretty even with Ember, but then you have Kodo with 7k net worth, like very close to your Tiny.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like you're playing against 4 cores, and that's where the net worth advantage goes for G Pride.
And it's not like that Yadomi on the clock doesn't have net worth either. Like, he has a full drums bracer, and he's looking for his shard. Like, he has 5,000 net worth as well. Like, they're doing very well on the supports of G Pride, which is where we see a lot of this net worth lead coming from, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
So now they're gonna play the drums here, the bongos. Yadomi and Tao looking for something. Remnant over the cliff. Nobody was there.
They got Gennec.
Oh, Gennec at the same time. It's gonna get gone on here, but they find Blake. As Tao still looking for the Faceless Void. Faceless Void gonna go for the TP. Nearly gets seen there by the Rocket Flare. But I guess it was still, Searing Chains was still on cooldown, so wouldn't have really mattered as much.
Yeah, the Mirana had the vision of Koro walking the river again, but the team was not able to join her. Otherwise, it could have been a good team fight by their side.
Now, oops. Jump forward here by Lewis. He still has the infested Lifestealer in him. Draken looking to turn this around, and now coming out here. Just looking to go away and leave this CK to die. As Tao now, it's gonna get stunned up here. That's a Dragon Tail into the Chronosphere, into the arrow. That's going to be Ember Spirit dead. And they're looking for the Lifestealer as well. Another Dragon Tail, and that's a second huge kill here for the Radiant. That was just a little bit overconfidence there from G Pride.
Yeah, they have a deep ward and they had vision of the Shadow Demon walking there, but they went for a very risky play to just get a kill on a Shadow Demon. And now Dreamers, they have the chance to do Roche and they're back to the game. It really feels like they're back to the game, especially if Yadomi doesn't steal the Aegis, but it's Yadomi, and it's like 50-50 that he's gonna make it.
Yeah, and they have so good vision around this. I was gonna put in the blind. All of that damage coming through, and Roach still at 20% health. At the same time, they're already gonna find the Shadow Demon. They tried to prevent the Aegis steal, but lost the Shadow Demon for it, and now they're not gonna get the Aegis at all.
Oh, if it goes for G,
Oh,
it's gonna be a disaster.
And now it's G Pride who's like, oh, you started Roche first? How nice! Now it's going to be approaching, and that is going to be Roche for G Pride. Oh, this one hurts. This one really hurts here for Dreamers Esports.
Yeah. So even the skill of Dreamers is on point. Like now they got a good chrono, which is what they were pending, and they take worse decisions than G Pride. Their macro gaming decisions are questionable. They lack experience. They're like so great players that just lack experience. You can see like so skilled, but some shot calling, which is super weird.
Oh, Migi is going to find the CK here. CK is very tanky though. And look to turn this around. That's going to be the cogs that BKB doesn't help you there on Migi. Look to turn this around on the tower, but he of course has Remnant. And that's the first BKB used by Migi. To pretty much no avail. Yadomi might even looking to go back in here. Now, just gonna be walking around.
Yeah, now it's very close to his point, not the point booster, the Eye of Skadi. He just like 600 gold. But even without this item, he should be forcing the mid lane because he has a catapult wave coming. And with this catapult wave, he can force the glyph. That's what they should be looking for, to force the glyph, and then they still gonna have the catapults on the two side lanes, so they can use one catapult wave when the enemy doesn't have the glyph, and that's enough time to get the Eye of Skadi. So basically, they should keep going mid, apply some pressure. If he gets chrono, that's super good. He has 2 lives, so some pause here. They have a lot of time to make the decision.
I also don't know if the Chronosphere is going to be enough. The Coddle has now the finished Agnum Scepter, so the Will-O-Wisp is gonna be there during that Chronosphere. I guess Faceless Void had to be KB, but like this is still not a damage item here for Faceless Void. Like we really need to see a little bit more damage. Also, that level 20 talent is truly necessary for him.
Yeah, and then he doesn't go for the glyph play, so they're gonna have a lot of items. It's a matter of how they work waves to get close to the enemy tower, because they're gonna have Skadi, they're gonna have Aghanim's up on Tau also. They do have the one on Genek. Meanwhile, the Tiny.
Nearly got hookshot there, but Yadomi, a little bit off the mark.
And Blake, I don't know if he's looking to cut
Oh, they
wave.
see him.
Oh, they
Lewis.
stunned. The projectile was on the air.
Yeah. No, it disjoints with a TP, right? He's not gonna get stunned anymore. Yeah, should be fine. Okay. Now, as you mentioned, like G-Pride, they kind of missed their mark there with the siege creep, and now we do have an IS Scotty finished on the lifesteal, so he has now 2,600 HP without the armlet active. So a very, very tanky boy. At the same time, though, like this disruption illusions of either the lifestealer or the CK are putting in work. Oh, Lewis is gonna go for the Phantasm, gets the blink out.
Yeah, and on bottom, Genek, he caught DK, forced the TP back base. But that's what I feel that Dreamer should be doing. Like, I think like Tiburon saying he should stay bottom, try, but he's going for a kill.
Blake, it's gonna get the leaps away to Bronson. It's gonna go for the Chronosphere. Finds the Ember Spirit as he Remnant in, and they get the kill. Now looking for Yadomi as well. 2 quick kills there. They focus not on the target that has the Aegis, and they get 2 heroes with it.
Yeah, it's a great chrono. Not so sure if the Ember was expecting. But good chrono, and now they shut down the Aegis timing. There's like 1.5 minutes left, but Ember's gone for half a minute. Basically, they managed to survive, and the more they survive, the better it is, because Void, he's so great on this carry-to-carry matchup, so especially reaching level 20 now, he's gonna have so much damage output. And he'll keep scaling. Of course, like CK is a great matchup against Void, but it's a offlane CK, so you won't see many items of him.
He is actually going for a very delayed Orchid on the CK. So just looking to blow up these supports, it looks like.
Yeah, I guess he wants to find the Shadow Demon. Like, Clockwork can find Shadow Demon, but cannot kill by himself. And he wants to join the Clockwork, or he wants to find it by himself. That should be the target he should be looking for.
Now, with that Aegis, still wants to put it to work. It's gonna get Dragon-tailed into an arrow, but the arrow a little bit off the mark. Actually heads onto Genek, forces the BKB off Draken there. Tiburon jumps in, looking straight for the Coddle. Genek, why was he standing there? But now they get the stun onto Tiburon with the Cogs. He's gonna get out for now. They will lose the Keeper of the Light. Stun onto the Lifestealer, not going to be good enough as he still has Aegis for half a minute. They don't want to kill him right now. As now, still looking to potentially go in here. Yadomi though, he's going to be slowed. He is going to fall. As now they're going to find the CK here as well. As Draken in the backline finds the Dragon Tail stun in 3 kills, going the way of the Faceless Void.
Yeah, amazing team fight by Dreamers again. Not sure if it was a team fight. It was not a fight. They were the only one hitting, you know? It's a fight when both teams hit each other, but felt like they had control during the entire team fight, and it was even without Chrono against Aegis. I'm not so sure if the Aegis did good for now, because he was like, should I die here? Do I want to force them to kill me? But he was not like fully engaging. So it's kind of weird, like what G-Pride was trying to accomplish by hitting that tower again, like for the second time.
Yeah.
I've praised them for their macro decisions, but after they got Aegis, they seem lost. It really like explains how their first match against Interitus, it went 1 hour, like 53 minutes, then 1 hour 6, then another 1 hour match against Wolf Team. Because it seems like when they get Aegis, they don't know how to finish the game.
Okay. Yeah, certainly something to look out for here. Streamers now are gonna go for a smoke. And what can they find? Looking to go towards top. But they're all grouped up in the mid lane right now. Now, though, it's gonna get Chronosphere, but got the Rage off, so the magic damage not really there. And now it's going to survive. Gets the Infest off, gets away. And now looking to turn this around here onto Tiburonson. Tiburonson gets jump out, but they get the Dragon Tail onto the Ember. Ember is going to die, and Migi with a toss gets another kill. As now very much alone between 4 heroes. Buyback from the Ember. They get the time lock bashes. There's gonna be the silence onto now. He gets another Rage off. There's gonna be the Clockwork jumping in. They find the kill. No, the save is the disruption's gonna be there. As now that's finally turning this around onto Drak, and Tiburonson still standing strong. Finds the dieback on the Ember Spirit, and Janek, uh-oh, you've been found. And as Faceless Void would say, you've been voided. Now, no first hit bash. He gets away, but a beautiful fight there for Dreamers. And that's just a carry matchup that we mentioned in the draft. Like, if Faceless Void is allowed to have that game, he's good.
Yeah, exactly. And he had the level 20, so the extra attack speed during Chronosphere, although Chronosphere itself was not what made them win the team fight. Basically feels like they lack damage on Jeep Ride to kill the 3k HP Tiny, 2.5k Faceless Void with a Shadow Demon on the cover.
Although Yadomi, he wants to go in here onto Migi. Migi, though, immediately BKB TP.
Yeah, on the bot lane?
On the bot lane, though, at the same time, Lewis gonna be found here by the Faceless Void. And a monster kill streak for this Faceless Void. He's getting really big.
Oh, how lucky is the Faceless Void? Look at the Chronosphere cooldown. And look at the Roche timing.
That's very nicely synced up. That's very nicely synced up.
Perfectly balanced. They have just in time, and that's amazing for Dreamers. Even though they don't have the BKBs up, so they should wait like an extra 20 seconds. But they're already controlling the Roche area. They're gonna have the info that Roche is up. So Yadomi has the info with the Rocket Flare. No. It just respawned by the time of the Rocket Flare went away.
Yeah, I assume he's gonna scout it soon again. He himself has a Boots of Bearings.
Why they're not checking Roche? Dreamers! Hello!
Neither team wants to know if Roche is up. You know, they want to give him a little bit of time in his cave. He always dies so fast in that cave. It's tough for him. They want to give him a little bit.
No, don't do that. My team like went when we played in Territus, we went like straight Tron with the Tiny. We made a game that should take 30 minutes to take 1 hour. Just to Roche.
They do find it now, as it's also going to be scouted by the Dire. We have level 25 on the Faceless Void now. 20% backtracks are gonna be there. Can they contest this Roche? They will have great vision for it thanks to the Clockwork.
I think they must.
That's Migi. He's just looking for any target to go on now. It's gonna be in the creep with Janek. Uh-oh, Janek. Oh no, this is not your rune to get. As now Yadomi has the infested lifestealer in him, but there's the Chronosphere, finds the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit is going to die. Looking for Chimikov. Chimikov gets a defensive disruption off, as now hits onto Migi here, but it's gonna be Dragon Tail stunned once the rage wears off. Gonna be tossed up into the air, and it's gonna be brought down. Oh. At the same time though, what? How? On the other side, how did they kill the Faceless Void?
I was looking at the other part of the team fight while they chase Yadomi. Might be that, but basically, he chronoed Ember and CK just blinked out of the chrono. Perfect played by Luis. And then he saw Janek, which just fought back, and then he went for the Janek kill, but on the last minute, Luis caught him on a stun, and then just perfectly controlled him with Orchid and so on.
So both sides losing their position one there, which is certainly like a lot of experience for the Dire, since that Faceless Void was level 25.
Yeah, but
Reality Rift now pierces spell immunity.
Yeah, like I can understand the Void decision, but it was really bad. Like you just stay nearby your Shadow Demon, you're not gonna die,
Yeah.
and you're just gonna like outlive anyone on the team fight. You do so much damage. You just stick close to your team. Like the only way he's gonna die is if he run away of his team, and that's what he did by going for Ganak. Still, if you look at buybacks, Lifestealer has it, Clockwork has it. The other heroes are lacking because of gold.
Yeah. And
But
we also can't forget to mention, like, it was a Coddle buyback in that
Yeah.
fight. Yeah, so... Yadomi, Yadomi, very close to his enemies here, gonna be spotted by the Shadow Poison. Gets the hook shot onto the Shadow Demon, the arrow hits as well. Jimmy Cobb though, gonna get away, no, it's gonna be brought down. And that's going to be the two supports already dead. Draken, gonna be trying to fly around the Roadrun pit to not get hit here. Now stuck between three cores, is gonna be brought down. That was beautifully played by this Dragon Knight. They're gonna find Yadomi now as well. And this might be a road attempt here for Dreamers. Can they get the Aegis this time? There's gonna be the Remnant coming in from Pau. Gets in with the stun and gets out with the Remnant again. But meanwhile, Lewis gonna get gone on Tiburonson though. He dies. He doesn't have buyback. Roche, the Aegis is gonna be denied by Draken. Oh no, and now Dreamers. They might just lose everything here. Miki gonna be able to TP on out. But Draken is not gonna be so lucky as he's surrounded by three heroes. The the Will-O-Wisp is going to be there. And the Aegis was denied by Draken.
yeah. So it was a weird team fight, so fun to watch, but I feel they could have finished Roche. And then Faceless Void would have the Aegis instead of trying to team fight, because like Lifestealer didn't buy back, and the CK, the Clockwork had no hook shot by that time, so they could have just finished Roche. I know the CK got a really great Reality Rift there, but they could have just gone back to the Roche pit. I feel like,
Yeah.
well, really well played by G Pride, and I'd say Drakel, at least he got the Aegis deny. It's like better than having on the enemy Ember Spirit because you can't chrono him them. So game is still super even. That's what's fun about it. Like after this huge team fight, game's like 50-50.
Very much so. Like the first 10 minutes it looked so good for Dreamers, then it suddenly looked so good for G Pride, and now we're very much at an even state. By the way, did you catch who was able to take up the shard?
Not really.
Yeah. It might have been the Ember, but I'm not 100% sure. And unfortunately we can't check. So now Moonlight Shadow is gonna come out here from the Radiant. They're gonna see him, but once again Coddle gonna be caught out here with the toss charge of Genic. It's gonna be able to walk away, and with the Ghost Scepter he will survive. As now Miki gonna be forced to TP, forced to BKB. That's gonna be the Chronosphere onto both cores here. Ember already dead, and now they're looking for the Dragon Tail stun's going to be there, and they're gonna lock him down. That's Lifestealer dead. As meanwhile, in the backlines, Lewis is gonna finish off the Shadow Demon twice, but is gonna pay the price for it, and that's 3 cores without any buyback.
Yeah, I feel like Dreamers, they have it. Like, this Faceless Void so strong. And even I kind of disagree with the item he's going for. He's going for Manta to be able to dispel the silence. But I think he just needs to build, like, more damage or more tankiness and to trust the Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
But still, like, Ember has buyback now. They might be able to defend it. The thing is, like, I feel they really need the CK to kill him.
Now, this looks like it's going to be at least one set of racks here for the Radiant. They might even go top as they're still 40 seconds without a Lifestealer. Yeah, immediately gonna go top. They have so much damage, but back to protection, it's kicking in now. Never mind, just kicked out again. And that's going to be 2 sets of racks here, at least the melee racks on both lanes.
Yeah, I'd say, like, a small detail that makes a lot of difference, and it's something that I always mention to my team. Like, look at CK. He has an Oblivion staff. Like, he's going for the Echo Saber, but he doesn't have buyback because he has Oblivion staff. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't help the team fight at all. Like, zero.
Mm-hmm.
And
Uh-oh,
he just
Yadomi. He's gonna be able to fly. Okay, he flies away. Never mind. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
no problem. Could have been a good kill. And like, I feel like if he buys back, Dreamers have to retreat because Faceless Void had no BKB.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying this would 100% sure happen, but I strongly believe if he had buyback, he could have kept like both sides.
Yeah. Now, Lifestealer has it level 25 and is going for the Rage Duration talent, of course. So we'll see if that's going to be able to make a difference. Yadomi is going to find the enemy team here, looking for the Shadow Demon. That is a great first killer, but he gets the 4-step away and the defensive disruption. Will is still going to be right on top of it now, but already they lost the Keeper of Light. Tiburonson jumps into the cog. So now with the Chronosphere looking to go on to now, they have the stuns, they have the damage, they have the kill. Tiburonson now looking for Tau a little bit more here. He has the Remnant. Will be able to get away, although Draken hot on his tail. And Miki as well. But Tau should be able to get away.
I like how both teams fight. They seem to understand how it should be.
Oh, they're
fought.
still gonna
Like,
go here, forcing the BKB off Tau. Yadomi is gonna jump in there. It's gonna give his life. It's gonna be tossed up.
what are they doing? I was trying to say something, but they're like inside enemy's base. Like, meanwhile, the Void was walking mid, and they go for Throne.
Yeah,
They'll
they're
have
gonna-
it.
They're gonna go for TF Forces. There are only 2 heroes alive. And how can they hold this? Tau jumps in here, has a Ghost Scepter, but he's immediately stunned. Tau and the GG is called here. Dreamers. They take the game in 42 minutes. That I feel like that was kind of out of their hands after about the 15-minute mark. But they bring it back with some great Chronospheres in the end. The first fuse, maybe we just needed to warm up a little bit. We needed to warm up.
Yeah. My lesson learned from this game is next time you ask me which team's gonna win, I just go with the best carry-to-carry matchup, like which team scales better.
Mm-hmm.
Because even I thought G Pride was the best team, or like they might still be the best team. I feel like they don't know how to properly close a game. So if they have an early draft that they can win the early game, they can win the early team fights, the game is gonna get long because they fail to finish the game. And then the Void just outscales. It's like Faceless Void against Lifestealer. It's there's nothing that now can do. Like, honestly, like now he's a Lifestealer against Faceless Void. It's so sad. It must be so sad to be him.
Yeah.
Like, he's really relying on like Koro playing amazing team fight, CK playing amazing team fight, while he's getting bashed. Like, there's nothing else he can do. So yeah.
That was game number 1 here, and Dreamers Esports take it. But as you mentioned, like I would like to see G Pride maybe like just like everybody get together and talk about, okay, when we have ages, what do we do? I feel like that is really where we lost like the cohesion of the team, and we'll see if they can adjust that for game number 2 after a short break. See you there.
Yep.